Today, we're installing the DOT LP6 headlights for the Jeep JL and JT. This is the official install guide for Baja Designs. For this install, you're gonna need a trim removal tool, a ratchet, a 10mm wrench, a 7/16 wrench, a 10mm socket extension, and a 4mm Allen key. First step, of course, always pop the hood. All right, the next step, you're gonna grab your trim tool and we're gonna go over here to the top of the grill and go ahead and pop out the top trim pieces. Gonna slightly press up and pull the clip out. And then you wanna make sure you pull the clip all the way out like so. And do that consistently for the entire grill. So once you have the clips pulled, you're just gonna slightly pull it forward and the grill is gonna come out. And then, but there'll be bottom clips holding it in and you come around the side and start pulling the clips off. We've actually already done that. So the grill's kind of resting here. So I'm just gonna pull it off like that. Your next step, once you have the grill removed, is go to take your ratchet and your 10mm wrench and go ahead and access the 3 bolts on the front of your stock headlights. Go ahead and pull out the headlight, reach around the back, and on the bottom side is a clip, and you're just gonna head and unclip the headlight and remove it. And go ahead and repeat this process to the other side. So next, we're going to assemble a part of our bracket for the DOT LP6. What you're gonna do now is take the front side of your DOT LP6 bracket, place it face down like so, and make sure the top of the bracket is this top hole, and then the bottom of the bracket is these 2 holes. Take your DOT LP6, make sure it's facing the right way, face it down like so. And I always recommend putting down a piece of foam or towel so you don't scratch the light. Cool, so what you're gonna do is grab one of the hex bolts and thread them into the side of the light right here. All right, cool. So right now we're gonna grab the other part of our bracket, and the correct orientation is like so with the threads facing outwards. You're gonna see an alignment pin part of the bracket that's gonna be facing outward right here. This is gonna be the sides of the bracket, and we're gonna place it on the table to make it easier to attach the front part of the light to this. You're gonna grab your compression springs and align it over the threads, and then take your light and place it over like so. An easy way to remember the correct orientation is that the sides of the lights are gonna match the side orientations to make room for the bracket right here. So a helpful tip on how much to tighten down the bolts with the springs is just once you start seeing the threads poke through the back, just make sure they are flush with the bracket. And the next step, just go ahead and repeat for the other side of the headlight. Now that we have our DOT LP6 assembled with our bracket, we're gonna take our pigtail adapter harness and go ahead and install it on the Jeep. So you're gonna take your adapter harness and you have the Deutsch end that goes to the light and this plug that adapts to the factory headlight plug, just like that. Now, if you do have a halogen headlight setup on your JL or JT, it is a similar harness, but it is slightly different. Go ahead and plug in the Deutsch on the back of the light until you hear a snap. And you're going to use the factory alignment pins to go ahead and align the light into place. And go ahead and grab your factory headlight hardware and just go ahead and place it back in and tighten it down. And then you're just going to head and repeat the steps on the passenger side. Go ahead and throw some bolts in there. All right, so we just got the DOT LP6s installed, and before you actually put your grill on, you'll need to adjust your headlights. We have a separate video for it linked down in the description that's going to show you how to adjust your headlights and make sure they're compliant and DOT legal. But the way you adjust it is pretty simple. So there are 3 screws on the DOT LP6 bracket that have full adjustability. The top screw is going to be your vertical, and then your side screws is going to be your left and right. So if you tighten it over here, the light's going to be pointing towards the right. If you tighten it over here, it's going to be pointed out to the left. And then if you tighten the top, it's going to go aim higher, and loosen it, it's going to go lower. So just with some adjustability, you're going to make sure before you put the grill on, you go ahead and adjust your DOT LP6. All right, cool. So right now we're just putting the grill back on, and just like the way it came off. And that's a wrap on the DOT LP6 install. If you have any questions about it, let us know down in the comments, reach out to us, email us, or contact our customer service team. And that's it.